There is no escape from here.
Why would I want to escape? I am exactly where I want to be.
Such arrogance! Ma Yongcheng will make you talk.
Let him try.
No wonder your kind fell so far.
My kind isn't done yet.
Developed by Climax Studios and Ubisoft Montreal, Assassin's Creed Chronicles China is the start of an interesting new spin-off series for the AC franchise. It takes the core pillars of the brand and recrafts them into a 2.5D stealth-based platformer that's enjoyable and frustrating in equal measure. The first of 3 games that make up Assassin's Creed Chronicles, Chronicles China follows Xiao Yong, an Asian female assassin hellbent on liberating her country from the tyrannous emperor Zhang Yong. As Xiao Yong, you'll progress through 12 expansive missions, each meticulously designed from both a visual and gameplay perspective using beautiful oriental brush painting art styles. The 2.5D format and layered level design of Assassin's Creed Chronicles works really well and gives the game an overall sense of depth that you wouldn't expect using elegant backdrops and foreground assets. As you progress through certain levels, you can find multiple routes to get through a specific area to avoid guard detection, and you can see hints of areas in the background that you'll be able to access further on. If you find the right layer transition, then you can backtrack to find collectibles and other rewards. Assassin's Creed Chronicles China has a strong emphasis on choice, and it's up to the player to decide which way they want to approach a situation based on their playstyle. Say your objective is to cross a bridge. Now the player can complete this in multiple ways. They can either 1. Try and shimmy across the side and avoid guard detection, or they can attempt to climb underneath the bridge to avoid guards altogether, or they can backtrack a bit and complete an optional objective which will actually clear all the guards off the bridge. To get the most out of AC Chronicles China, you have to be patient and time your movements to avoid guard detection. Many of the heavily guarded areas almost work like puzzles. You have to use your eagle vision to study patrol patterns and watch for movements, and then move through the areas bit by bit using blend groups and other hidden spots such as tall grass, cupboards and classic hay bales. Even if you're well hidden, these types of sections are very intense, so to help you, you have a selection of tools from firecrackers, sound darts and throwing knives and even whistles to help distract and lure guards to avoid detection even more. The best addition in AC Chronicles China is an ability called the Helix Boost, which allows you to phase and move from one close hiding spot to the next without being detected. Be warned though, this ability has a timer on it which you have to refill by collecting helix icons throughout the map, and they are few and far between, so it's best to save the boost for only when it's necessary. It saved my neck right at the last minute a few times, so use it wisely. There's also some extra benefits for playing stealthy. Each section of the level is separated by a rating system of Shadow, Assassin and Brawler. Now these ratings are rewarded based on your actions within each specific section. So if you progress through a section without being spotted or without killing anyone, you get a Shadow rating. If you progress through, kill someone and don't get spotted, you get an Assassin. And if you go in there headstrong and start fighting and get spotted, you get a Brawler. Now each rating has a certain number of points tied to them. The stealthier the rating, the more points you get, and then at the end of each mission, those points are added up in total, and then they automatically unlock upgrades and new abilities to help you progress later in the game. The third and final reason why stealth is the best option is the combat system. Now, it isn't perfect, but it requires a great deal of skill, patience and timing, and considering that you only have a certain amount of hits before you die, it's best not to take on any guards. They hit really hard, and when you're going up against multiple enemies at once, it can be very disorientating when you're trying to dodge a crossbow from one direction, then you get hit by a guy with a sword in the other direction because you failed to block in that specific direction. The blocks are contextual, so you have to press the block button and the direction it's coming from, and every now and again you can easily get it wrong and you will get overwhelmed and it will end badly. Many of the bigger enemy archetypes, the more tougher foes, end up turning into a button bashing competition on hitting a sequence of buttons from block, block, swing, block, block, just to get through the defenses of a particular soldier to get a blow in. It can feel highly repetitive and almost unfair in the early game, so it's best avoided until you unlock the counter attack and you get the upgrades for your health and your damage output. Once you've completed the game, which will take you anywhere between 7 to 9 hours depending on your playstyle, there's still plenty to do, and you can go and replay previous missions to get all your collectibles that come in the form of Assassin's Scrolls and Animus fragments. If you want something a bit more, once you've completed the game, you'll also unlock New Game Plus, which amps up the difficulty a little bit, but you get to keep all the upgrades that you previously unlocked. Finally, there's Plus Hard, which does the exact same as New Game Plus, except the dial on the difficulty is turned up even more, and you only have one health bar. You get hit once, it's game over. Unfortunately, the game also comes with a few technical issues. The game crashed on me whilst I was playing, and there appears to be some kind of detection issue in the platforming on some of the big jumps, where if you're making a big jump, the game appears to get confused on whether or not to grab hold of the ledge or land on top of the platform, and should Xiaoyang land at a specific point, she'll float there just for a moment in a jump position, deciding where to go, and then she'll ultimately float down and then grab hold of the ledge. And apart from those issues, the game worked fine. I give Assassin's Creed Chronicles China a 9 out of 10. It was a surprisingly fun experience, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to do. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan who values stealth, or you're just someone who's looking for a good platformer, Assassin's Creed Chronicles China is worth the go. At the start of the review, I said it's enjoyable and frustrating in equal measure. That's simply because no matter what, you will rage and get stressed at this game, because eventually you will miss a jump, you will die, you will get hit by a guard from behind, you will miss a block, and you will fail. And that's part of the learning curve of this game, about being patient, learning where the guards are going to go, avoiding conflict, taking your time, timing those movements, and because of the stress before it, it makes the win feel even better. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you all, Assassins. Win out. Peace.